Let's do it, bud. Oh, you ruined all my magazines, little boy. You ruined all my magazines, little boy. What's up, everybody? I gotta tell y'all a funny story, man. So I'm late today. It's 7:53. Normally we do this around 7:20. So do me a solid. Hit the share. Scone. There's Drew. He's fired up. Cisco, what's up? Trey Dykes. Sup, brah? Good to see you yesterday at Pluck the Duck. Christopher Merrill, Mark Kernan, Colby Hester. What's up, y'all? Ronnie Duga, Matthew Booth, Stephen Bro, Brandon Arishu, Scott Rodrigue, Charlie Cavell. Look at this, man. Good day. Good day. Good day, peeps. Good day. Good peeps. I got to tell y'all a funny story, man. Got to tell y'all a story. I'm going to let this build a little bit so I can we can let this grow. Okay. All right, I'll go ahead and start now. So we'll talk. By the way, Boudreaux's Bloody Mary mix, margarita mix. Check them out. I still gotta go get the bottle of margarita mix. We floated one on Sunday. Val, good morning. Jason Hatcher, good morning. Hey, Aunt Sharon, good morning. Let's see, Trey Dykes. Oh, I already said hey to you, man. Anyway, yeah, good to see you too. No, so I got to tell y'all this. So I'm late this morning because I had to do an interview on Sirius XM's SEC Nation. SEC, what do they call it? I think it's SEC Nation. Anyway, SEC This Morning. That's it. SEC This Morning. So it's Peter Burns. And normally it's thank you, Kyle. Hey, Kyle, I'm going to get to that in a second. Thank you, dude. Normally, it's Peter Burns and Marcus Spears. Well, Spears has been, I think Spears might be doing like Get Up, the ESPN show, whatever. So it's Peter Burns and Chris Doering this morning. So their producer texted me yesterday, hey, man, can you come on with Peter and Chris? Yeah, absolutely. They wanted me at 7 Central. Yeah, great. Text me late last night, hey, man, hate to do this last minute. Can you come on 7:30? I'm like, sure, no problem. But normally I'm on here at 7:30. But so I just figured we'd push it back a little bit. Pete! Ha! Ha!
Appa.
Airport?
Appa.
Robert?
Appa.
Poetry. That you like the poetry show. That's hilarious. Okay. Okay, good. Drew likes the poetry show. So anyway. No, hey, you stop. Drew, that is not funny, although you think it is. That is okay, it's a little funny. I guess if I keep laughing at it, you're gonna keep thinking it's funny. It's a little funny. Yeah, it's a little funny. Okay. Okay. Hey, Scone. Can we stop hitting the camera, please? Scone. All right, so. Home. Ha. Oh. I don't know what you're trying to say to me. Home. Okay, so anyway. So. All right, go watch the cats. So, Peter Burns, this is now a long drawn-out story that none of you are going to care about. Peter Burns introduces me, Matt Moscona, host of The Morning Scone. Swear to God, I just got introduced on Sirius XM as Matt Moscona, the host of The Morning Scone. And he's like, I'm like, Peter, you serious? Syndicated radio show, now 3 markets, simulcast on Cox Sports TV, you know, columnist, every kind of media out there you can imagine, and I go on Sirius XM and get introduced as the host of The Morning Scone, which is incredible to me. And he's like, so do you do product placement? Come here. A. He's B. You doing your alphabets? Very good. Whoa. All right. Go play. So Peter's like, hey, man, do you get to do product placement? I said, well, as a matter of fact, I do. I was like, I was about 30 episodes in, and guy who owns a Boudreaux's mix, so Boudreaux's got a shout out on Sirius XM. He's like, guy said, hey, can I sponsor that? I said, sure. So put Boudreaux's up there right in the front, and here we go. So anyway, you all are now part of something that is internationally recognized on Sirius XM on the SEC channel this morning. So on SEC This Morning with Peter Burns and Chris Doring. So congrats to all of you for being a part of this this movement, this Morning Scone movement. All right. By the way, morningscone.com. Let me go ahead and mention that. Thank you to, this is Kyle Gallo, who said, Matt read on my Morning Scone email that Baskerville is back practicing. Good stuff. Again, so morningscone.com, all it is, it's a landing page. If you go type in your email address, you will be on a list that every morning you will get an automated email, 6 a.m., with headlines, links, stories or things that I interact with throughout the day. Actually, I guess I can show you all this. So people ask me all the time, how I prep. So anyway, a guy developed the software, and essentially it follows me around the internet during the day, all the different things that I tweet or retweet or interact with or print for AFR. So anyway, this is morningscone.com right here. It's like literally just that landing page where you type in your email and your name, and you will get an email every day at 6 a.m. Here is mine from today, and I'll show it to you. We'll go full screen here. So this was and everybody's email is different. So basically the algorithm learns what you like, what you interact with. So betting LSU's win season, that's something I wrote for the Action Network. There's an Instagram tweet or Instagram post that I did yesterday about Lee Feinswag's beer. The story about LSU hosting Army. That's a story I did around the SEC about South Carolina's kicker transferring. LSU practice report from yesterday. That's the update on Baskerville that Kyle was talking about. LSU awarded 4 player scholarships yesterday. Joe Oliva on down in New Orleans at the Touchdown Club talking about Miles Brennan and Joe Burrow. Bowl projection. So there was a story about Aaron Nola, column about Aaron Nola from last night after another great performance. Anyway, so that's the email, and it will generate the email specifically for you, based on what your habits, like what you click on, based on what you interact with. So everybody's email is different. Show us the Tiger Stadium sculpture. Oh, this? Man, this is old. I've had this a long time. It's a little miniature replica of Tiger Stadium. But you can see, look, that's the old West Upper. You see that? So that's before they even matched. So this is pre-2005 when they had the old West Upper. Look at the art on the stadium. They do have the eye in the center, but it's the old end zone logos. Yep. So old school Tiger Stadium. Anyway. Sorry, this is all wobbly and stuff this morning. I'm not really sorry. I guess I am a little bit, but not really. All right, we'll get to talking about stuff here in a second. All right, let's see. All right, so anyway, that's a long, drawn-out way of starting the day. Telling you a funny story, and also talking about morningscone.com. All right, so I will now get to some of your questions. As mentioned, Kyle mentioned Baskerville, Micah Baskerville, freshman linebacker out of Evangel. I'll tell you all this, man. He was the guy, for as much as we kind of saw Damone Clark in those scrimmages start to emerge a little bit, Baskerville was the guy that early in camp was kind of drawing rave reviews. And I'm going to tell you what, man, we can minimize that a little bit, but Baskerville back, but I'm going to tell you what, man, you got to have a cat. Cow car.
Apple.
Airport.
Apple.
Poetry. Yep, he likes the classical baby poetry show. So that's what he's talking. That's apo, is poetry. See, I learned his language. We have to learn his language. He's trying to learn ours. So you got Devin White and Jacob Phillips in the middle, but no Tyler Taylor. It means the 2 freshmen, Clark and Baskerville, that's your inside backers, and those are your 4. So people talk about, well, Tyler Taylor wasn't a starter. What does it matter? Well, it does matter for depth, absolutely. So getting Baskerville back, 100% matters. So that's a big deal getting him back yesterday. All right, let's get to more of your stuff here. Let's see. Corey says LSU 24, Miami 10. Corey, you are insane. I will bet you any amount of money you want on that. You're a Red Sox fan as well. That makes sense. LSU's not beating Miami by 14 points. I think they can win the game, but they're not going to win by 14 points. Joey Painich, what's up, man? Michael Moscona, it's my cuz. Good to see y'all. Ryan Chenever, what's up, man? We'll be in touch. Let's talk today, Ryan. Troy Fuselier, what's up, man? Chris Merrill, Jason Hatcher in the house on his B-Day weekend. Shout out Jason Hatcher, but it's not even a weekend, man. Come on, dog. You should wait till Friday on that. Ryan, got Booger coming on. I do not. Booger is today's Wednesday. Yeah, Booger's on with Colada and T-Bob this morning. Marcus Lee got the morning Scone email. Thank you. Pete Giardino, good morning. Logan Bourgeois, good morning. Jason Tarver. Same guy, same Jason Tarver that came to Pluckers and signed the bet yesterday. Bet. Yes, Val. Drew has arrived. When does Drew get his own desk? Edward Cooper, I said, I don't know that Drew would sit like at a desk. He's a little hyper is not the right word because he's not a hyper kid, but he just like. I mean, you like cognitively, he's obviously a little different. So he doesn't like sit at a table in chairs. Like when we feed him, like he still can't feed himself, so he has the feeding tube. But he gets some of those pureed pouches, like as his feeding therapists start to work in textures and try to teach him how to eat. So we have to still sit him in like a high chair. It's not a high chair; it's like a feeding chair that we strap to a big chair that has a tray on it, so he can't get out. So I don't think he would just sit at a desk, if that makes sense. I'm just getting back to the camera falling down. Russell Apple, good morning. Good to see y'all. Let's get some of y'all's questions. Craig Schilling, it's a thing. Morning Scone going national. I need to see if Peter or the Sirius XM people will send me the cut of Peter saying Matt Moscona, host of the Morning Scone. It was good. All right, Brian, what do you think of Tom Herman going to a strip club with Zach Smith while at Ohio State? Is it relevant or just Ohio State trying to lay blame on someone else? Do you think that it's relevant? I think I'm not saying that I would endorse it morally, but I'm not anybody's moral judge. I remember when Mike Price got fired at Alabama, he had an incident at a gentleman's club. The problem there was an entertainer, if you remember, took his university-issued credit card and ran up a ton of bills on it. That was more of the issue. The lesson is don't go to a strip club, right? And avoid all of that. But
Appa.
Baby.
Appa.
Poetry. My guess is though, it feels very much like, hey, what are you doing hitting that camera? It feels very much like someone aligned with Zach Smith at Ohio State is going, oh yeah, we'll show you. You got it. Now guess what?
Yeah.
And hi, baby. Ernie.
Yeah.
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 Daddy?
Yeah.
No? Drew? Hey, what's your name?
No.
Is your name Drew? Can you say Drew?
Ma.
Can you say Drew?
Mama.
Mama went to work. Can you say Drew?
Mama.
Mama. Okay. We'll say Drew later. But so whoever's feeding Brett McMurphy his info, or someone from the other side got in touch with Brett McMurphy because he's driving this story and push that out there. It's not a good look, obviously. I mean, is it a fireable offense? I don't think so. We'll see. Who knows? In the current day and age of Twitter mobs and whatnot. That's what happens when your show is awesome. The Morning Scone. Blake said, Matt, congrats on getting Alexandria. Your friends up there are pumped. Thank you, Blake. Now, please tell them to go to the 94.7 ESPN Facebook page and tell them how wonderful the show is and how glad that they are that the show is on. That'd be awesome. So I'm sure that all the folks up there at its position as Alexandria's 94.7 ESPN. And look, I mean, they obviously they like the show because they approached us about putting it on. So I'm sure it's going to go great, and I'm fired up about it. But it's always good when you hear validating things like that as well. So if y'all don't mind shooting them a Facebook post over there at 94.7 ESPN, that would be awesome. Awesome. Okay, here we go back to it. He's a sweet kid, Matt. Enjoy seeing him make his appearance every day. Thank you, Terry. That's very sweet. Charlie says we need you on in Northwest Louisiana. I agree, man. I want to be on all over Louisiana, quite honestly. It's what that's the goal, man, is statewide. So we're pushing for it. Robert Boudreaux, good morning. Let's see. Troy said, game you're most interested Saturday, watching Kiffin and Riley go head to head should be amazing to watch. Yeah, I don't think that FAU has the studs to run with Oklahoma. I think the only top 10 matchup, of course, is Washington and Auburn. So that's intriguing for a lot of reasons because realistically, if Washington loses that game, the Pac-12, for all intents and purposes, could be out of the playoff mix in Week 1. And likewise, Auburn, considering what they have late in the season with road trips to Georgia and Bama, you kind of feel like that's you hate to say it's a must-win in Week 1 because obviously it's not, but that feels significant. Hey, but what you doing there? So yesterday on AFR, CBS Sports had this list of, it was Dennis Dodd who put together a list of 10 teams that he thinks can win, have a chance to win the national title. And the one team not on that list that I think should have been was Michigan. And Shea Patterson at quarterback. They've got some studs on defense, of course, Rashawn Gary. And aside from they have a tough spot in the middle of the season where they're back-to-back road games, and one of them is at Michigan State, which is number 11 I think in the preseason poll, and Michigan State has owned Michigan under Jim Harbaugh. But other than that, they get Penn State at home. It's Wisconsin's the other one. They get that at home too. But until the road game at Ohio State to end the season, I think it's manageable. Especially if the Big Ten ends up being as strong as many think it is, where a 2-loss Big Ten champion might get in. So all that's saying, Michigan needs to beat Notre Dame this weekend. They've got Wisconsin, Penn State, and Ohio State on the schedule. They could lose, and Michigan State. They could lose any of those 4. They could win them all. Hey, bud, what's the matter? So Michigan, Notre Dame, I think is huge. And the other part of that is, wait, come see Daddy. Come see Daddy. It's okay. Come see Daddy. Come see. And Phil Steele, who's I think everybody respects and is on my show every Friday now during football season, said his national college football playoff sleeper is Notre Dame. So if Notre Dame loses, hey bud, okay. If Notre Dame were to lose anyway, it's a big positioning game, Notre Dame and Michigan, right at the end. It's a 1-point spread. I think Notre Dame's favored by a point, which means neutral. Michigan's probably favored by a couple. If you give 3 points for home field, I think Michigan Notre Dame for me is the one that I'd want to watch. I mean, I think Alabama and Louisville as a route. I think West Virginia beats Tennessee. For me, if I could only watch one, it would probably be Michigan Notre Dame this weekend. So, all right. Craig Savoy just signed up to Morning Scone. Thank you. Went right through successfully. Thank you, Craig. Melanie Waskin, good morning. Adam Tower, what's up, dude? If LSU goes 10-2 this football season, who are the 2 losses? And will the losses be the fault of the wide receivers? If you made me pick 2, I think the 2 games that LSU percentage-wise will have the least odds of winning are at Auburn and home against Bama. I just cannot see them winning either of those games. I think they're going to be such decided underdogs in both those games. And then Georgia. I think, but if there's one of those games where LSU might be able to sneak up on someone, I think it would. He just locked me in the office. I think it would be Georgia. I think they can beat Georgia. If you're looking for that marquee win, I think they can beat Georgia. Let's see. Eric Hart, LSU wins 23-17 over the U. My score was 20-17, so we're close. Meridoc, how is Patrick Queen looking? Any chance he gets on the field, D or special teams? Absolutely. Patrick Queen, he played last year. Patrick Queen is going to play, for sure. Let's see. John Melanson, good morning, Matt. Good morning, John. Eric Hart, Booger dropped a NSFW comment on OTB. Really? Go back and listen. Justin Lagrange, good morning. Kenneth Blondeau, Mike Ryan from the Dan Levitard show has been talking mad trash about the game Saturday. It would be nice if you can get on their show and give a little pushback. Kenneth, I would happily do it. Although I wouldn't be surprised at all if Miami wins the game. But I'd happily go on Levitard. But I doubt they'd have someone on the national. Like if they do a local hour before the national ESPN hour. Maybe they put me on there. I'd do it in a heartbeat. Michael Moscona, busybody, always moving. Kind of am. Bet you are too, bro. Hope y'all doing well, cuz. Drew's Advent. Tammy Heltz. Paul Hammonds. What's up, y'all? Hey, Libby Davis Morell. Hope y'all are well. James McCormick, Sam Dixon. What's up, y'all? Paul Hammonds, Matt, how we looking at punter? Still Grouden. Zach Von Rosenberg and Josh Grouden are kind of your co-punters. I guess it'll be situational. Grouden can kind of do the rugby style punt, the Aussie style punt. But Zach Von Rosenberg is your starting punter. So special teams, you've got Avery Atkins kicking off, amazing. True freshman walk-on from Auburn, Alabama. Nobody's talked about him, but Avery Atkins is kicking off. Cole Tracy, of course, field goals, PATs. Von Rosenberg / Grouden punting. Punt returns is Giles. Kick returns is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So I think special teams good, man. And having McMahon there matters, And to his credit, I crushed Ed last year for not having a special teams coordinator, and it was arrogant to think that you didn't need one, and to divvy up all the responsibilities among the staff, and he admitted, stretched him thin. Hey, go see Mimi. Abilities.
Come on, let's get dressed.
It's okay. They all know he wanders around in here. Hey. Drew. Hey, use your words, baby. That's not a word. Hey, that's not a word. Come see. Hey, come see. Come see. What are you trying to say, baby? Hey, listen. I gotta tell you something. I have to tell you something. Hey, come here. I have to tell you something. Hey, come see Daddy. I have to tell you something. Hey, I have to tell you something. Come here. Hey, guess what? In a little while, come see. Mimi is going. Come see. Mimi is going to vent your belly. You're going to get dressed. And you're going to go to abilities. And you're going to see Miss Sarah. You're going to see Miss Sarah at abilities. And Margaret. And BB. And then, after abilities, you go to Mimi's house. And and you'll see the seat in Papa's truck. Okay. Now he's fired up. All right. See you later. Let's see. Akeem Williams, Fulton or Joseph at the other corner. Starting, it'll be Kelvin Joseph. I don't know that definitively, but I'd be very surprised if it wasn't Kelvin Joseph starting. Fulton's going to play, and he may end up taking that job by the time they go to Auburn. But I think Kelvin Joseph starts against Miami. Let's see, Justin. I really want LSU to win, but we just don't know how Burrow will react to the bright lights. That's fair. Not just Burrow, but Burrow, the receivers, Lloyd Cushenberry at center, new starting right tackle, new starting right guard, and Damian Lewis, even though everybody's super high on him. New starting running backs. I mean, all of that, new coordinator calling plays, all that matters, man. It absolutely matters. BJ Richard, Justin Robinson, what's up, y'all? Let's see. Mo Hubble, good morning. Stephen Miller, Auburn, UW, who you got? Auburn. Actually, we have to do. Oh, by the way, God, I cannot believe I haven't mentioned this to y'all yet. I cannot believe that I've not mentioned this. So every year, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, we do the college football pick'em, right? This is not point spreads. You're just picking winners, and you got to make your picks. It's like 10 games, and you got to pick them every week. Every week there's a weekly winner, but at the end of the season, the cumulative winner, the picker who has the highest point total for the season, gets a prize. And this year, the grand prize is a trip to ESPN in Bristol. Like, we'll fly you up there, hotel, you get to tour the ESPN campus, all that stuff. Like, pretty cool, right? So that's the grand prize this year. So if you have not yet registered, it's free to play. You log in every Thursday or Friday, they'll send you an email like, don't forget to make your picks. So just all you do is make 10 picks. So even if you have a bad week and you may not win the overall prize, you can still win weekly prizes. So 1045ESPN.com, college football pick'em. I'll tweet the link as well, but y'all go sign up if you haven't. Michigan ND, who you got? Michigan. Morning, Matt and Drew. Justin Dupuy, Adam Tower. I forgot Adam's a Michigan guy. But I think Michigan beats Notre Dame. I think they're a better team. But we'll see. Michigan. Hey, Matt, looking at Miami's depth chart. Who are some of their players we should be aware of? Which starters are possible first-round guys? So they got a safety, Jaquan Johnson, who's All-American, first-round draft pick. Their linebacker, what's his first name? Quarterman. I'm going to say it here. You know exactly who it is. The linebacker is Shaq. How could I forget you? Shaq Quarterman is our linebacker. You know what else is interesting? We haven't talked about. And they got a receiver. God dog it. I need to learn these names. It's Amon. I always want to say like Jane, but anyway, it's Amon Richards is the receiver. They got 3 receivers. Richards was a guy who only played like 8 games last year because he got hurt, but he's like all conference, all America potential. So they got 3 receivers that are good. They returned their leading running back. Malik Rozier's back at quarterback. The thing about Rozier though, and this is in part why I'm picking LSU in the game. Rozier had ranging where he completed 75% of his passes in games where he completed 40% of his passes. Like, it wasn't like he was always an off day was 54%, a really good day was 68%. It's 40 to 75. And when they played the best defenses near at the end of the season, when they played Clemson and then when they played in the bowl game, it showed. I mean, that was when Rozier was at his worst. So 5th-year senior, maybe he takes that step and becomes better, but I just got to see it. And I think LSU's defense is really good. So I think Rozier struggles. The other thing that I haven't heard talked about, Miami's place kicker from a year ago was I'll tell you the kid's name. Michael Badgley. Michael Badgley is Miami's all-time leading scorer, place kicker, set all of their school records. He's gone, so they got a new kicker. Now, LSU's got a new kicker this year as well. But LSU's is a senior, and Cole Tracy, who's won awards and all that stuff, he's grad transfer. Theirs is the kid who's taken over as a freshman. It's a redshirt freshman, Turner Davidson, who's yet to kick in a game. So, I kind of give the edge to LSU there. I mean, we're making an assumption there, no pun intended, because Cole Tracy came from Assumption College. But we're making an assumption that Tracy's going to be really good, but I think he can be. Let's see, Charles Reese. Hey, Matt, that was the one I just read, sorry. All right, let's get to some more of these here. Matt, given LSU's O-line is the size advantage over Miami, I can see LSU taking advantage running the ball. So Miami has a defensive end returning that could be a high draft pick guy, but they lost 3 guys on the defensive line. 2 seniors and an underclassman who jumped to the draft. I'm sorry, 1 senior and 2 underclassmen who jumped to the draft. So they have some turnover on their D-line. The flip side of that is so does LSU. I mean, LSU lost Greg Gilmore and Christian Lockett, and Frank Herron. So Miami people are probably saying, yeah, look, LSU lost 3 starters on their defensive line, which is true. But I think most LSU people think it's addition by subtraction because they think the guys that are there this year, the 3 that are going to start, are probably better than the 3 LSU had last year, which there's an argument for it. But still, until someone gets out there and does it, you don't know for sure. Craig Savoy, and I don't think LSU is going to have success running the ball. Now, and also, as good like as the perception as Miami's defense was last year, it was mostly predicated on turnovers, right? I mean, everyone says turnover chain, but they were third in the country in takeaways last year. But if you look at their statistics defensively, they were kind of middle of the pack. They were like 50th in rush defense, like 40th in total defense, 30th in pass defense. I mean, it wasn't a top 10 defense for Miami last year. I'll tell you their exact rank. Hang on. They were 28th in scoring defense, 43rd in rush defense, 56th in pass defense, and 38th in total defense. So it wasn't like they were a top 10, top 15 defense in any of those categories. They were just very opportunistic. They created turnovers. So if you cut those down, you could probably move the ball. Craig says wagons are circling around Harbaugh. This is the year the rubber meets the road. No, it's not. They had so much money invested in him, he ain't going anywhere. Michigan State don't own Michigan, just lucky. Okay. Dude, is our Dents going to beast or what? I guess that means defense. I think they're going to be good, man. Yeah, I think LSU's defense will be really good. I want to see your corner opposite Greedy be steady. And I know none of y'all want to hear this, but I want to see the defensive line. Like, Braden Fajoko's moving to a new position. No one's seen him play. Glenn Logan's never started before. Ed Alexander's not healthy. He's battled a knee injury. Tyler Shelvin's out of shape. And Rashard Lawrence, I think, has freak show potential, but he's never been healthy. He's got 10 career starts. So I just got to see it from that defensive line. I mean, I think they're going to be really good. But if anything doesn't go well there, or you lose a guy and have to go from Rashard Lawrence to Neil Farrell, or Justin Thomas, like, you have a pretty significant drop off. I mean, you've got to get consistent play out of that defensive line. Kyle says I catch morning scone from my phone to TV. Sweet. While Drew is watching Robert, my 1-year-old watches you. Oh, that's so cool. Thanks, man. I guess you could do that, huh? If you have like a Chromecast or if you have Apple TV, I guess you could just cast it onto your TV. That's a great idea. Thank you. Take a picture of that for me. That's really cool. All right, Jamie. Good morning, Matt. So ready for kickoff to see what we got. If I hear another prediction, I may go nuts. Hey, Jamie, 7-5. Sorry. Paul said, "Who's our punter? Can he kick?" Went over that. That's Zach Von Rosenberg, Auburn, Washington. See punter. Here we go. Eric Hart, Booger's comment was something along the lines of rooster vacuum. Oh, wow. Why did he say that? Why would he say that? Oh, man. Let's see. I hope the Aubie's getting one. Scrolling through, I'm trying to catch up because there's like 64 comments. I can see there's 64 comments I haven't got to. Let's see. Will this be the year we break the kickoff return for a touchdown? I would love to see it because there'd be a Calakai kid, and Geis almost did it too, which I would have loved against A&M and Airport. Poetry. We need to comb that hair, kiddo. That's crazy hair. Crazy hair. Nan, and he can count to 13. Yeah. He can do his ABCs and count to 13. Does Jerry Sullivan have an elevator to the box? Seems like he'd struggle with. Come on, dog. And the answer is yes, they do. They have an elevator. But come on, dog. Does Chris Curry see the field Sunday? Yeah, I think so. But I think Clyde will have 12 to 15 carries. I think Brissett ends up in the 7 to 10-ish, and then Curry with 2 or 3. I think is probably how it goes. And you end up with about 30-ish carries as a team, 30, 35, and probably 45 pass attempts if you get over 70 plays. 40 pass attempts, 30 rushes probably. They like to be 50-50, but they're not going to be. Maybe I'll be dead wrong. I know they want to do that. I just don't know how they do that with this offense. Let's see. Is the GM staff picking games also this year for football? GM? The GM staff. I think we're all picking games. I don't know what GM is. Sorry about that. Washington, Auburn. Who you got? Picked that one a little while ago. I like Auburn. Our defense going to be sick like a cheap motel bedspread. Ridiculous. Ask Matt, Catholic or Parkview tomorrow. Catholic, come on, y'all. Got Gabe Fertitta. Get out of here. Will you have bets with Jordy for the Parkview game? All right, now I have a bone to pick with Collada. All right. Last year, he and I had a bet for Catholic Parkview. A dinner bet. Catholic won. He never paid up. A few weeks later, Catholic's playing U-High. And, of course, Jordy calls U-High games. So we did a bet again. U-High won. That weekend, he wanted Geno's. I gave him a gift card to Geno's. Year later, he's still not paid up on the Parkview bet. I paid up on the U-High bet. So all I got to say is, if he wants to come at me with another bet tomorrow, which I'm happy to do, I'm only doing it if he's willing to pay up from a year ago. So I pay my bets. I pay my debts. That's all I'm saying. How many sacks does LSU defense get on the Miami quarterback? I don't know. I mean, 2. Let's go 2. Stephen Miller, over or under 1.5 turnovers for the LSU. You mean LSU offense turning the ball over? It better be under, dog. If they turn it over twice, that's trouble. Hey! Seat.
Appa.
Airport?
Appa.
Depot?
Appa.
Poetry. I knew what you wanted. All right, just about to wrap this up, y'all. I got to get going 8:30, late today. I'll take this year's D-line over last year's any day. That's fine, Akeem. You can do that, but you haven't seen this team do anything, this defensive line do anything. And Greg Gilmore was your led your team in sacks last year, and Lockachar was second in tackles.
Appa.
Poetry.
Appa.
Poetry. Airport. Elevator. Hi. Bye. Daddy. Can you say daddy again? That was sweet. Can you say daddy? Daddy. Seat. Okay. I love you. I'll see you later. Okay. Terry said there's no way they get those turnover numbers again this year. The one thing I'll tell you about that, and sometimes it does feel like turnovers can be like a bit of luck involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Paul. Pool. Okay, pool. See you later. Yeah, the thing about turnovers is it feels like luck sometimes, and sometimes it can be. Like Saints game last week when Taysom Hill's going to handoff and he just drops the ball. Okay, yeah. But when you're that opportunistic, like Miami was a year ago, part of it is like you're creating those opportunities. And Manny Diaz, their defensive coordinator, used to be at Mississippi State, has the reputation of being a very aggressive attacking style defense. So it's high risk, high reward type deal. So I'll be interested to see how LSU's offense may take advantage of that. Oh, David Brewerton's watching. Coach Brew, what's up, man? LSU praising the linebacker core. They have to stay healthy. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see. Get a few more before we get out of here. Vegas needs to show some bowls of and hold the July point spread for the entire season. Come on, dog. They're all about making money, dog. Bowl of butterscotch to keep Jerry Salt. Oh, God. Y'all brutal, man. Later, Steven. Let's see. Carrie, any idea how Miami's kicking game is? Talked about this a little bit ago. Their program's leading scorer in history was their place kicker from a year ago who's graduated. So they got a redshirt freshman this year who hasn't kicked in a game. So you kind of think if if Cole Tracy is what they say he is, it's edge LSU. Walton and Johnson just referenced your conversation with Timmy B and his 9-3 prediction. Are you serious? That's nice. Thanks, Walton and Johnson, for listening to AFR. That's weird, though. They're in Houston. Oh, you know what? I bet I know. So Walton and Johnson are in Houston in the same building where Josh Ennis does his show. And I go in with Josh every week. So my guess is Josh, because they're in the building at the same time, Josh and the Walton and Johnson guys, Josh probably talked to them and mentioned it. I bet you that's how that went down. Or maybe they listened. Matt T-Bob asked him about what he wouldn't say on TV, and he slipped up and used the term, oh. What's the over-under on weeks into the season before Gordy suspends Terrio for Sullivan jokes? Hey, bro. That's over, man. Oh, Guarantee Media. I got you. Sorry, man. Yeah, we're picking. You know what? That was for Ott's thing. The staff picking games. I don't know. We didn't do it last year. I don't know. Catholics pay their debts. Baptists don't pay attention to them. That's very good. Just tweeted Jordy, pay Matt with what you owe. That's funny. We'll ramp that up again. Alex Wright, good morning from Denver. Good morning, man. Will the Miami Hurricanes turnover chain go to the LSU Tigers after Sunday night? Hope so, man. Let's see. Do the increase in age of our coaching staff, do you think the hover... God, dog, y'all are brutal, man. I ain't doing no more Jerry Sullivan, man. I'm done with it. Don't give Josh credit for the AFR footprint. Okay, maybe Walton Johnson are listening from over there. Josh, good morning from Arizona. Watch almost every morning. Keeps me informed on the Tigers and Bears. Thank you, John. Appreciate you, man. All right, we're about to wrap this up, y'all. Boudreaux's, again, Bloody Mary mix, margarita mix. So if you're in Arizona, if you're in wherever all those other places people are saying y'all are, boudreauxmix.com, boudreauxmix.com. Get a taste of home wherever you are. Or if you're in Baton Rouge, Alexander's, Calandro's, Mid-City Craft Wine and Brew. What am I missing? Canada's in Homa. Y'all go pick it up. Buy you some Boudreaux's, the Bloody Mary mix, the margarita mix. Although all I have right here is the Bloody Mary mix because we drank the margarita mix on Sunday. So we'll wrap this up tomorrow morning. Scone. I got to find the audio of Peter Burns saying Matt Moscona of Morning Scone fame. That happened. For those just joining us late, did Sirius XM today with Peter Burns, and he said he introduced me as Matt Moscona of Morning Scone. Swear to God. So I got to get audio of that. All right, y'all have an awesome day. We'll see you tomorrow at 3. Morningscone.com. 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 Morningscone.com.